Good morning, everyone. I'm going to South Sanur today to meet Paul Tanner and to talk a little bit about all this renewal things and that stuff, to help you to understand what you can do at the moment. So it's like a second part of the video I made a couple of days ago. No one is using them. Beach is pretty empty now. I'm at Sanur beach at the moment. so you know, no one is really here. Like, I remember when I was here for the first time, it was March 2017, and that time March is not the season really here, and it was fully packed with the people. Now, yeah, nothing. Well, I'm here in Sanur with Paul Tanner and Neil Davidson. So, as promised, we will talk about some membership extensions and renewals. What is it correct to say? Doesn't matter. You understand what I'm talking about, right? So yeah. So we found the perfect place to talk. I think we are divers and all the instructors, and it's the best place to talk about anything is on a beach. So we are on a beach, sitting here, and we'll just talk about something what is actually important for all of us, not only you. The first question is, what do you think at the moment? It's still the end of November. If someone don't have money, especially the local instructors, because they haven't been working for a pretty long time, what do you think, what is the best option for them at the moment?
Well, we understand people haven't been working for a long time, they haven't got the money to invest into their membership and pay for it in full. So we've got two main options for those people. One, if you don't feel that you're going to be working in 2021, or you don't feel that you're going to have that money to be able to invest in 2021, then you can just delay your renewal to 2022 or 2023 or later in 21, and just renew once tourism comes back, or once you find work again, or you're employed again, and you can use this time to find somewhere to be able to do that. The other one, if you think you are going to get some investment out of it, get some kind of return on investment on your membership during 2021, then you can pay up till the end of this month, contact Neil or myself, and you can get that 20% discount on the renewal for 2021. So those would be the two options that I would choose. If you're not sure, you don't know which way to jump, you don't think whether it's going to open up or not, and you want to see how the beginning of the year goes, you can pay 25% now of the renewal fee, and then pay the rest of it in March. If you're unable to pay in March, then obviously your membership will stop in March, but by then you should have a kind of a very good idea knowing whether it's going to open up or whether it's not going to open up. So you've got those kind of two options to be those three options to be able to go through and do it.
Okay, so if someone don't do anything about this, so let's say, I don't have the money, I cannot renew, and I just do nothing, what will happen?
Well, come as per usual, you would then go into unrenewed status. So come the end of this year, you would then become unrenewed. You'd have a bit of a grace period in January where you'd still have access to your pro accounts, maybe your PICs, etc. But then towards the end of January, you'll have that access taken away, and you'll go into non-renewed status. So if you're an instructor, you then can't teach or certify anybody. If you're a DM, you're not meant to be able to taking people guiding and taking scuba reviews, reactivate, etc. Stuff like this at dive centres.
And have no access to the PADI Pro site, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah, that's where the option Paul was just talking about then, where you can go into pause status. One of the better things about clicking on and doing something is that you can then still get the communications from PADI. So be updated with the training bulletins, when member forum or live member forums or webinars are going on. So it keeps you up to date with what things are actually developing with PADI. If you don't do anything, you won't get any of these emails. You just have emails asking you to renew. But you won't be able to do anything with it.
Okay. There's always this question. Maybe next year I will not teach EFR. So is it okay just to extend or renew the instructor?
Yeah, that's no problem at all. You can do it online, or you can contact Neil or the customer service department, say that you want to just renew your OWSI or your MSDT, etc. And then you can transfer the money or pay by credit card to be able to do that. If later on in 2022, 2023 you want to renew your EFR, then you can. Just all you got to do is just pay for their next year's membership. And that goes towards any of the memberships, whether it's the OWSI or whether it's the EFR. If you're not going to renew this year, you don't need to worry about having to do IEs again or having to do IDCs, etc. We've come up with a list of protocols for how long people are away for, on what steps that they need to take. Depending on how long you haven't renewed for or don't renew for, it's a different requirement, but none of them cost any money. Even if you don't renew for like 10 or 15 or 10 or plus years or something, I think it is, and you do need to retake an IE, that IE is covered for you. You get a voucher from PADI and you go and do that IE.
Okay, great.
And that's covered. So there's no extra cost if you haven't renewed for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. You just need to do maybe a member forum or an online update, or do part of the e-learning IDC to get your status back to where you were.
So anyways, just send a message to email to you, and you will send all the links. Oh, Neil,
To me.
Sorry,
I open up my little spreadsheet, see how long you've not been out of teaching status, then we can figure out what retraining or what you have to do to get back into status.
And we've done that, just to let everybody know, we've done that because we know people can't renew this year. We know that it's been really tough and you don't have that money to be able to do it, or you've got to make that choice of whether you spend your money on your rent and living costs, or whether you spend and invest into next year with your PADI membership. So we know not everybody's going to be able to renew. Us as a company, we've had to make a decision where we need to get some money in to be able to invest into 2021. So we understand that people can't, and that's why we've changed coming back on board to make it a lot easier and make sure it's not costing anything, so people that can't renew aren't getting punished like doubly for doing that.
I know it's all of us getting sick of all this prognosis, right? And everybody's asking. I've been asked so many times, and I think you've been asked more than anyone else, because you're in a position where you understand the situation in all your region at all. So what do you think? What is realistic when the tourism will come back to Bali again?
Well, we watched a webinar from the World Bank on Indonesian tourism. And that was put together by the Ministry of Tourism I think it was about 2 or 3 days ago that
3 days, yeah.
3 days ago. They were predicting on there, and they said this is not a forecast, this is just numbers out there to be able to get people across. They were predicting that you'd see an intake of international tourism from about June. And the most positive would be come December, you'd have about 75% back to where we were in 2019, and that's the most positive model that really came up with.
Really optimistic,
I'd love to have that crystal ball to be able to tell everybody what I mean. The way that I'm looking at it now, we've got 2 vaccines that are being floated around in the media. And these are being said from my home country in the UK that people are going to start getting them at the end of December. I think as soon as this happens, I believe countries will then ask for people to have the vaccines to be able to travel in. So you'll have
policy.
you have people that want to do it and people that don't want to do it. Things like yellow fever and stuff like that, you have to get a vaccine for that if you go to certain countries and stuff. I think it'd be very similar to that, so it all depends on what the uptake is. I'm hoping with my fingers crossed that early in 2021 you start to see visa on arrival in some way or another introduced by Indonesia, and then people are desperate to come back, and I think we'll get a very big bounce when it first happens, and then it will kind of slow down and start to come up with a gradual increase as going. Is that you?
Yeah, that's why I was in the same webinar. Hopefully with the vaccines, good news that's coming out, if these things can start getting rolled out to the general publics in these countries in America, Europe, etc. People are dying to come back. It's winter in Europe, it's winter in America. It's not a great time to be over there. They want to come to beautiful places like here in Bali. I'm pretty sure once the tourism and the Ministry of Tourism and Immigration gives some good news with visas, people will jump on it.
Yeah, I think Australians at the moment are like, what to do now? Better to spend the time on Bali or sit in a lockdown, right? Yeah. So they are really, it's so close for them actually.
Just whether Australia lets them in and out without quarantine. So
that's
down
the thing.
to, even if Indonesia says you can come in, we've got to wait for
they cannot go back.
Australia to kind of let them out and in without quarantines or the massive cost of quarantines.
It will be a cautious start on it. Once things go on, governments will still be cautious, but then as things develop, they'll start to loosen their re-entry and their quarantine restrictions as they see fit if people are taking the vaccine.
Okay, as you see, these guys are super nice. You don't have to be shy to send an emails and ask questions them. If you're still shy to ask them, you can always ask me, because maybe you know me and whatever, right? So, but don't leave everything like I don't do it. I have no money, I do nothing about it. You have to do something, because otherwise it's like it will be harder for you to renew later on, right? So so basically that's all we wanted to talk.
Yeah, I'd like to reiterate that for anybody local that's watching this, knows Martins and stuff. A lot of the issues that we tend to come up with is non-action. People just leaving it and leaving it and leaving it and leaving it and leaving it, and then it all becomes too late. Like we said, it is going to be easy for you to renew if you can't renew, but let us know as well. Okay, all the feedback that we get really does help us to make our policies and the direction that we go in. So please do reach out, please do contact us, and we can give you the best option that we've got. It might not be the the answer that we need, that you want or need at the moment, but we are willing to make sure that we listen and tell you what we think is best for you at the time.
Yeah, I'm sure Martin can add my contact details, my WhatsApp, my email today in this video into the credits. Please feel free to reach out, guys. Okay, we know it's been a tough time, it's been a tough year. By reaching out and getting some communication with myself, we can see to what works best for you and try and help you out as best we can. And hopefully once things improve, we all can kick on together and get back in the water, get creating divers again and torchbearers for the ocean.
Yeah. Thank you very much for finding time for me.
Thank you for coming down, mate. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, me too. I haven't seen you for so long time actually, right? So the last time I met Tosh was last December. Last year, December, right?
Doing an IE.
During the IE, yeah.
I wish it was a year since I've seen him as well.
Yeah. and actually, what I would like to add is actually I'm super happy to be in Indonesia. To be honest, it's so easy to work with all this team, actually, with the PADI team, and that's what I'm telling you. Don't be shy. These guys are super supportive and super nice, and always will find the time for you. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and
cheers,
see you
guys.
later.
See you later, guys.
Bye bye.
It was a really productive day. I did a lot of things. The most important was, of course, to get the interview from Tosh and Neil, which I did, and I think it was a really good one. We spent a really good 1 hour together talking about the things and also getting the answers to the questions what will be what can be interesting for you. Sorry, I made some mistakes in a previous video. It was more like an editing problem, wasn't like a problem of information, but I just didn't realize I cut it off the first part of the sentence. Okay, thank you very much for watching and see you tomorrow again. Bye.